Welcome to Operation Barca for AO Redone Modded Panzer Corps 2. We are, I read over this briefing, and it looks to be about the same as the base game or thereabouts. It's a large map relative. It's the largest in the base game. I think it's on par with a couple of the other larger ones that the mod has created. Fairly challenging scenario in the base. I'd imagine it's probably going to be even more so with modded. There's some detailing some commandos, a lot of minefields about, various tricks and such. Let's see what Gemini gives us. Alright, here is the list. I took phased movement off because we bought it during the last scenario for 50k. Machine gun, huh? I'm not complaining about it. Let's deduct the 5k, take the machine gun, like so. Got a lot of rapid fire heroes. I'm not really sure why I would have thought intuitively that it would have been one of the ones that can only be had once every 5 or 2 years, but apparently the mod creator does not believe that it's as potent as I do. It's I'd rather have a machine gun than a consolidator personally, but I suppose to each their own. These things, I have half a mind to put a machine gun on one of these recon cars. Anyway, I have a lot of them. Let's see how many exactly that I have at present. Rapid fire. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One of them is not. It can only be placed on an anti-tank and was acquired via the English mission after Dover because of I didn't want to deal with the naval thing that you have to save the German Navy, but I wanted the hero. Anyway, whatever the case is, I really have only 6, but only 6 is not only. It's a lot of rapid fire heroes is what it is. I diddled around with this a little bit. There's quite a few core slots here. From having played this scenario previously in the base game, you can. There's a lot of mines about, as you could divine from the fortifications, multi-layered, 2 or 3 deep sometimes and such. Or at least it seems that way. But apparently there are only 2 layers of fortifications. Once you work your way through here, you can head down in this direction if you feel like just continuing to battle or skirmish or such. There's a lot of map down here. I think this may be more than the base game. Of the base game, my recollection is it only goes down to about here, but that's also about as far as I've ever, seen. Or I think I've explored the map here. As to what if this is in the base, I have no idea. But this is a tricky situation here. If you note, there's quite a few. There's a major river which you can't supply through, and there are bridges and whatnot. So you can head down there and get supplied, but it's easily cut off. There are, I believe, Soviets here, and this is a supply trap right here. This essentially, if you head down in here over this river, there's a lot of Soviets about, surely. So if you get your back to this river and a Soviet comes up, a unit comes up behind here and cuts this off, you're essentially out of supply. So went and got myself a 2.251/7 that can open up supply, if nothing else, and access, but more importantly supply. You could plop down here and open up a supply lane should I get trapped down there for whatever the reason. I've been saving these PT-34 parts for some time. That it says it instantly clears a minefield. I captured these back over the course of the game. They're not very good. They're not bad units. They have an 18 ground defense. I happen to have some extra slots and have some extra units with overrun. Like these tanks have yet to really see any action beyond, I think, 44 is the last time they saw maybe even in 40, no, 44 I must have been. So why not plop down this is a +3 there as well. These don't have overrun, and this does. So why not upgrade it to one of these tanks here, and I can overrun up to 4 mines per turn and deploy it. I think it should be relatively cheap for slots as well. What is that? An overstrength of it's 4 slots total, right? Yeah. So if I plop down lightning attack on that thing, which I happen to have quite a few of those as well, it won't take any errant fire from whatever it sees or doesn't see that's adjacent to the minefield. What else do we have here? There's a nice slot for our legendary heroes and whatnot. Field repairs is nice because I don't have a lot of those parts. And we go down the list here. Nothing. It will never attack anything other than a minefield, so we'll not worry about any of that other. So it would seem as though legendary is another opportunity. Cheap replacements, the point is never to replace it because I have no parts, essentially, right? 17 left, and that's 1 upgrade. I have 2 more. I could have been thinking about upgrading one of my flame tanks to this. I think it's just mildly better. It's not really, I'm not sure it's worth the upgrade for less air defense and just a tad more heart attack and a movement pip, because it shouldn't be attacking hard targets in the first place, so let's leave that alone. I was thinking of upgrading. We have new flying wings available, the Geo 229A. Has a movement, a range of, I believe, 20, right? Decent heart attack, a good air attack, a good air defense. The thought would be to get this thing off of the field or out of the skies. I painted it red because I've identified it as a in danger of being shot down, one-shotted or whatnot, as it has at this point a 9 air defense, which is not really good, especially if it has no rounds. I've been sending this thing out. I guess I've inadvertently dodged a few bullets because I haven't really recognized the 9 air defense, as it has readiness and is usually surrounded by 3 strat bombers and then 3 recon planes, which is probably why it's never been attacked. But at some point, you get the feeling that it's going to run out of its 6 rounds, and then they'll down one of these recon planes. And then what will they do? Will they attack it, or will they attack one of the bombers that it's guarding? I think the reason they haven't attacked it is because it's 270 prestige. And the bombers it guards are 735. I think the thing is prestige driven. So that could keep it safe, but this is still also the... Who knows, really? Maybe the bombers get that. There's a lot of units around this field. So I have half a mind to upgrade it, but I don't want to do it because it has 6 rounds. If I upgrade it to a wing, it'll only have 4 rounds. What does that get me? It gets me 2 less enemy planes shot down. There's always this thing as well, I believe. It has 5 rounds. Has a much better air defense, a longer range. I like these units. Due to the long range, it can escort these bombers out. Look at that. We have these upgraded versions as well. 17 range, 17 range, 23, 20 and 10. So we right now have an 18 and 9. So upgrading for 20 and 10 with a range beyond any sort of fighter coverage that we have is not real high on my list of things to do. This thing has a, in theory, what would seem to be a decent air defense and air attack and whatnot on the defense, but they'll still attack it. And what does this get me? I don't know what it really gets me. This thing, on the other hand, 25-15. I wonder if I would still need my double attack, or what would I do with double attack if I took them off these bombers? They could go out and... I think I'm going to upgrade a couple of my bombers, at least one of them, to a Ju-390. Maybe this heart attack one that I'm trying to get the +3/+3 awards for. Let's do that right now. Let's upgrade this unit here to a Ju-390. So that does it still need the... It does need the double attack, because if it attacks a hard target, it generally does less damage. At least it used to do less damage. Right now it has that 15 heart attack versus the air defense of whoever it's bombing. Maybe it'll be able to one turn or two shot any given armored unit, even IS. I don't know. We're going to find out. There's also these new jet tactical bombers. I'm not really overly impressed with these things relative to the bomber that I have. There's not really all that much reason to change other than no air attack. So, I mean, if something rolls up to this thing and say I do change it to a jet iteration, I don't think it attacks back, so they have no incentive not to send more planes to attack it, even though it has a decent air defense. So why should I do that? I shouldn't, really. I think there's a newer one that comes out at some point later on in 45 or whatnot that has some sort of air defense or air attack to where you can at least incentivize the AI not to come and repeatedly beat on you. Here again we have this thing is essentially looks useless, other than I don't know why I would ever have this thing. 8 slots. No, I wouldn't do it. Then we have you. Useful, but not really all that much so relative to the 262s that I already have in play. What do you have here? Let's see. Let's compare the two higher air attacks and heart attack. You shouldn't really... The thing is, shouldn't be attacking ground targets irrespective. And that's it. That's a couple more movement pips. Not really worth my while. This mouse, as mentioned in the briefing, it just doesn't move fast enough to do much of anything. Then you, recon car. We have the new iteration. This thing is a horrific ground defense, though, or air defense. I'm sorry. 6 as opposed to the 10 here, so you always have to keep it under air cover. But it does surrender. It does surrender hard targets exceptionally well, where this thing does essentially nothing. I think I had surrendered an IS tank with one of these last turn. The trick would be to remember to keep it under air defense. I upgraded these two last scenario for the wagtail. There's one other. I perhaps should upgrade another. I could run these two Whirlwinds with in conjunction. It makes for something of a log jam or a clutter, unit clutter, as sometimes I'll call it. You can have too many units in an area, and then they don't really end up where they should be relative adjacent to proper support, and they end up getting killed off because you have too many units on the field. So maybe we'll not do that. If I upgrade another, I wouldn't mind upgrading one of these Whirlwinds to one of these, what is it, 8.8 37 Flak 37 units, but then I wouldn't be able to upgrade this unit, which would be the point of having the extra mobile 88 gun on the field. But this unit won't do anything against soft targets, and what of it, I suppose. Let's do that. Let's do that. This thing should be able to kill off a tank, like a brutal hard target in any given turn that's not entrenched. And infantry will tend to attack it, but they really probably won't do much, as it has a 17 ground defense and can always heal as it moves. If it's not attacking, it can move and heal or repair. So the errant infantry, couple of points or whatnot, won't really make much difference in the grander scheme of things. So these two are surrender, and we can use them on tanks, hard targets, and to deploy one of them. So this thing is painted black because it was the higher order one. So we'll paint you black as well, because they're going to be exactly the same one as the other. There we go. So I think I had no retaliation on either of those. No retaliation and no retaliation. That leaves us with the no retaliation hero. We got a couple of scenarios back, and 21 slots left to deploy. You really can never have too many recon planes about, especially to surround your highly fragile HE-219 gun or air weapon. So maybe I'll bring a few of them out of reserve. Can bring even more. The more the merrier, really, in this case. That leaves us with 15 slots. 15 slots, and put a Jag Tiger out there, or Panther out there. To what end, though? I suppose, what else am I going to put out there? I could put this flame tank out there, but I don't really think that I have the units to make it. It has 3 rounds, first of all, which is not a little, but sometimes it's inadequate relative to the other tanks that we have fielded here. Like that's the other. I upgraded this last scenario on Wagtail. Like this one has ignores entrenchment, and we need the rapid fire. So this thing can roust 5 infantry in any given turn, because it ignores their entrenchment. What else is there here? This Tiger 1 would probably be better off as a Panther 2 at this point, but unfortunately I don't have the rounds, the ability to upgrade it due to slow mobilization. I wouldn't be at all surprised if it didn't last through the scenario, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I sort of want to put Vigilant on that unit, but I also want it to be fearsome enough with its readiness and 6 rounds that it has, which is the only reason it's still on the field, to scare the enemy off. I'm pretty sure that a rapid fire Tiger 1 is still going to be enough to scare off most combatants. Infantry definitely, but these IS units and such at this point without... That'll give it a 25 hard attack, which with rapid fire, say the thing has a 30 ground defense, it still probably scare it off, maybe. But whatever the case, we've this thing is now tanked up here. So what do we have? I'm gonna reform these units. I took all the heroes off for the Wagtail. I'm gonna make them essentially the same as they were. Alright, I pretty much made these units essentially the same as they were previously. Various heroes, the overrun. This one I haven't got up to speed as yet. This one we know. This one is the G Surrender. It just has no retaliation scavenge. It's the same as the recon cars, only it's actually it has a slightly higher heart attack than our 22 here, but gets the job done generally speaking. This hero is the same exactly as it has been previously. +4 heart attack with the Panther 2 really should be enough with the rapid fire and whatnot to get the job done. I'm not sure exactly what this unit looked like previously. I don't think it had the Kersher unit. It was generally infantry oriented. I think I had the Butcher on this unit. I made it more hard target friendly from our perspective at least. So that should be quite an effective hard target killer here. +2 soft from a heart attack from awards with the base of 32, another 5, 37, 39 heart attack with the rapid fire should do a serious amount of damage. This thing again shouldn't really be on the field at this point, but it is, so I'm not worry about it. Put the Butcher on the Tiger 2. It has the +2 heart attack here, prudent 0 slot hero. Rapid fire ignores entrenchment with the Butcher. The rationale being it has a very high ground defense, at least relatively speaking. Yeah, it's our highest ground defense other than our anti-tank units. So if it goes on an infantry killing spree and runs out of rounds, and so attack it. I'll repair it and not really worry. That would be the rationale. There's a lot of potent Soviet tanks about, so they'll do some damage if it has no rounds, but it'll probably survive maybe in the right circumstance. These I still haven't finished filling out. Here I have a camouflage, and then I plop the +2 speed crippling blow on this Jag Tiger. It's essentially the same as it was, only it moves a lot faster. It still has only 4 rounds, unfortunately, but it can double in as a tank, really. Essentially, because it has a steamroller with only 4 rounds. These things, I put camouflage on both. What is that award? This one is better. I wonder if I should... I should swap out these two. The hero set. I'm going to do that. So I put camouflage on both of these units because I have no counter battery fire at all. So oftentimes, if it's anything like the base scenario, there's going to be a lot of enemy artillery about. These fortifications, behind them often you'll find artillery, etc. et al. And if they see these things, they're going to bombard them mercilessly, as well as bomb them, etc. So if they can't see them, I don't have to worry about it. Really, this I should have the 6-round hero here. This that has 6 rounds due to Elsa Claus. I should have the more advantageous award set here instead of here. So this one only has 3 rounds. I'm going to do that. These anti-air, I put the ×2 rapid fire and first strike on either. So if something rolls up to them, they won't really do much if it's a tank, but they do have a decent ground defense. I suppose I could put crippling blow and make them somewhat useful. I think I took a crippling blow off of this unit. I may have 2 crippling blows about, I'm not sure. I'm going to find out. I do. We'll put one there. And we'll put one here for defense. Or maybe they turn into an anti-tank and go on an offense. Who knows? Ground defense, I should say. I mean, if a plane wanders into this thing's air attack zone with the rapid fire, it should be dispatched. With the crippling blow especially so. But the crippling blow again is for ground defense. If something does make it next to this thing and it's not adjacent to a support, it will, well, what happens if an infantry, the soft attack 5? Well, actually the crippling blow, a soft attack of 10 with the rapid fire makes it, well, that works out rather well, doesn't it? I'm sort of running out of heroes here. This thing, again, is torqued out. It's going to stay red because of that danger. This thing, this is the phased, I put phased movement on this ME-262A. So I painted it a phased movement color, the same color that our tactical bomber is running. These things, essentially the same as they have been. Lightning attack, first strike. I'm going to round out these heroes, put what I have left to do here. I don't think there's really a lot left that's going to make a great deal of difference. Maybe put shock tactics on one of them so they can pin an enemy to the ground, like an IS-3 tank or something. That's a good idea. Let's do that. We'll put shock tactics here. Actually, we'll put shock tactics here, as that one has already 0 slots, so one of its hero slots has been taken. So how are we going to know that this is shock tactics? We'll paint it this color here. Looks like I have a vigilant hero that's unassigned, so I'm going to put him on this unit and paint it orangish shot, so I know that it is able to go into the close. I had one rapid fire hero left. I put it on this single shot ME-262A with no retaliation, which means it probably won't take any fire. It won't take any fire in return because of no retaliation, and stuff probably won't attack it because it's so fearsome. Which means I won't have to repair it very often. I was thinking of putting the rapid fire here on this Pioneer unit. The Pioneer only has 4 rounds, as does the ME-262A, which I put the rapid fire on. The problem, the difference between the two is that they probably will attack this Pioneer, especially if it gets low on rounds. So if it does have rapid fire, the point would be to go from one to the next, to the next, to the next. And if they do attack it, let's say it only has 1 round left or 1 ammunition slot left, that means it has none, then it becomes an even more appealing target, which means it gets beaten, battered, bruised, bounced around, and or completely dispatched. So why do it? That's the logic there, so I won't do it. Okay, so where are we? We still have the 20 or whatnot core points left, and then I look over here at these units. I said this Operation Barca wide map, and I don't really have a lot of ground units out there, really, right? So obviously we're going to win this scenario if we do win it, which I'm pretty sure we do. We're going to win it via the air. We're going to have an army group north and an army group south/center here, which is going to leave us really not particularly overawing in either area. So luckily we have 35 turns to complete this mission. So we're going to move up slowly and incrementally, and what's going to win us this again, this scenario is the air. I think this JU-390 specifically, it's going to be able to address problem issues, say 85 millimeter anti-air gun, say this these strong points here, this thing here as well. I think the first turn, I'm going to move the HE-219, say right here where this recon car is. We're going to obliterate these strong points as well as this anti-tank, anti-air weapon here. Are we going to be moving very fast on the ground? Maybe. Maybe we do, maybe we don't. I'm going to have both of these camouflaged ISU-152s in the same army group, which would be to the south of this river, which makes this Jag Tiger is going to have to be up here to support the offensive there. We'll probably want this other Jag Panther here. We'll have one of our surrender recon vehicles here. We'll want this is a very vigilant-esque area here. This is a bit less so, at least it would seem that way. So we're gonna put the Pioneer up here for mine clearing duties, if nothing else. I'm gonna make this group a little less potent than the southern group, but it needs to have some oomph. So we'll put the Jag Tiger and the Tiger 2 up there, and we can have let's see, we want to clear mines down in this area here. We will proceed well, right forward to this region here, and we're going to put you there. This is our minesweeper, right? It is, yeah. Our minesweeper. We'll put this unit all the way back here. We'll deploy it, move it forward as it becomes available. We'll put this up here. Our other surrender recon vehicle, we'll put, actually we'll put it on the road here. This Jag camouflaged Jag Panther. We'll put it, what is going on here? We don't really know. Let's put you here. We'll put this Jag Panther here. We'll get our Grenadiers, say, here. This Minesweeper we'll put right there. Surrender Panther here. Support Tiger here. Both of these units right here and right here. Our Panther 2 with Vigilant here. Our low tank Vigilant here. This Flame Panzer here. You here. Our Vigilant anti-air weapon up north. And that is bottom line. That's what the ground is going to look like. I just counted out, it's 17 from this airfield out to this slot right here. So that will work for us. Let's put these bombers right here as well. Right there and there. We'll put the Redone tactical bomber. Probably this group is a bit underwhelming, really, so I'll probably send him up, keep him up there. Let's have this other phased movement jet here. We'll have the shock tactics up here to protect Redone and or pin whom not. So where's our double attack? Let's put you up there and you right there. Where's the double attack fighter? Phased movement one? Yep, sure is. Okay. And what does that leave here? A bunch of recon planes. We'll have that. And get that. There. Here. And here and there. Have a couple more slots available. The question is what to do with them. I don't really know what to do with. Let's see. I suppose I could bring out another flame tank for entrenched infantry and such. And we still have slots available. We could bring out attack bomber. To what end, really, though? What could I put on attack bomber? I don't know. There's an ignores entrenchment. I suppose a single shot attack bomber is ignores entrenchment. It's not unreasonable to do that, I suppose. The problem is I have to provide air support for it. So there's another can of worms right there. Ignores entrenchment. Who could use ignores entrenchment? There must be. I think that may well be the flaw in my plan here. This one had an ignores entrenchment, but doesn't any longer. So I have to lose the lightning attack and put ignores entrenchment there. And that's better. This one has ignores entrenchment, so that leaves a lightning attack open for one of our air units, I think. Say you. Lightning attack there. That should work. The question is still what to do with the extra slots I have available. Suppose I could run out these whirlwinds. There's a lot of support units out there. Let's see what happens. I can't do it. How many slots is that? 6 slots. So I'd have to lose one of my recon planes. It's easy enough to do. And then another whirlwind. With no heroes, no augmentation, nothing really that says it should be out there, really. I suppose it stays away from the front. It doesn't necessarily end too terribly badly for it. It has a 20 ground defense. So we keep a major Mobile 88 gun as well as a whirlwind near our camouflaged. We'll have a whirlwind up here as well. Let's double up on the anti-air. Not you, not you. You. Do I need no rapid fire lightning attack on this unit? Single shot? Probably not. I was thinking perhaps putting it on this unit. So if I put the rapid fire here, it'll actually kill stuff and then get an overrun and go on to the next without having to worry about any support fire that it can't see during the rain or whatnot. So if we put a hit and run there as well, which we have a lot of, that makes this unit viable. Let's put it right here and do that. I've maxed out the units. There are no more slot heroes and such available so far as I know. And I think that is the end of the deployment phase. Let's see. There are no 0 slots. There's none. Reduced slots. There are none. So what we have deployed or can deploy, we have. And what heroes can be placed to augment these units essentially have been placed. So I don't think there's really much. Let me look through this again. Any ignore zone of control. It's nice. We can ignore zone of control there as well. Probably be as useful here, but these are more fragile, I think, and I'll probably be more callous with them. So I want to be able to retreat should they get in trouble. Aggressive counterattack. Why not plop it down on one? Probably a hit and run of infantry or something. I'll put that there as well. Put that there. Exterminator just because. Anti-tank, fearsome, we'll put that there. And the cheap replacements there. And that really should about do it, really. I think there's just essentially, we'll put, because why not? Because I have slots available. Fierce fighter. I never realized that it's there, or Never am able to really make a use of it, so we'll just get rid of it so it doesn't clutter my screen. Let's see, resilient. Resilient actually is probably a better idea than fearsome reputation. As who knows, really. That's gonna do it. With that having been said, we'll probably get 1 or 2 turns in. I note we have about 40 minutes in or thereabouts, so let's click this button and go. Okay, so a recon plane came back, lit up this whole area. We have our commando crew and such. Will they get bombed? They will. They will, surely. Do I care? Nope. Not really. If they do, they do. If they don't, they don't. So I was thinking maybe, while the maybeing is good, we could move our very fragile HE-219 up here and begin the bombing in earnest. 8 points, 13 points. Oh. You can make it, though. You can make it here. Where's the Redone unit? Can it bomb you? It can't. How about you? We can make it here. So this thing has a movement of 21 and our new only 17. So only 17 makes for good enough. Let's go out here and pound this thing to oblivion. Hopefully, let's see, 11, 15. We don't need any return fire. Bombard you. Let's see, we can get our recon planes. Can we get them that far? We can't. Do we have any more recon planes here? We don't. How did that happen? I don't know. Apparently, we're going to have to send more support. We're mostly encircled, but, well, it's just an opportunity. Let's see if we can go with the Redone unit. We can't. We can't. Apparently we're going to have to send 2 fighters up here as well to pin this guy, because I didn't think it through well enough. Let's see, we'll go right here as well, because we will. And not worry. So why is there's some minefields there. Let's see here. This fellow here, we can 20-eyes him. Or we can 20-eyes him. Now you have lightning attack. So you can roll forward here. Lightning attack these minefields away. And you can go right here. Dispatch this 100. Now hold on a minute here. These things are actually, I've been saving these 100mm anti-tank weapons, because who knows, they're not bad units. They're good if you have a fast deployment hero, which I do. It's more to the point, really. We have, I see, we're only doing, it's a soft target. I turn these things into tank killers, and now, well, that's life in the big city, as it were. So we need to destroy this unit as opposed to capture it. And you, I see. You'll take some damage there, unfortunately. Unless, of course, we don't, but we will. Unless, of course, we don't. Which we won't. Because we're going to overrun that as well. This lot here as well. Boom. Shakalaka. So we're stuck there. Stuck would be not exactly the right term for it. We've just obliterated most of the Soviet defenses in the area. Now, what are we going to do relative to support? I was thinking of rolling up and... well, we need to... let's see here. We have no support for our poor Panther 2, I think. You're stuck there? Let's see what this guy does. 18 and 4. I'm going to find out what goes on here before proceeding. Maybe, let's see here. It's 14 points right there. Do you have lightning attack? You don't. Which means it could get ugly. But it won't, because there's no support there. So we can send you... do we have an auto surrender man here? We have you. Let's can go like that for 20. Oust you for 20 as well. Take over the enemy's airfield. Move forward here. And move our move forward here, get our support tank forward here, get our Jag Tiger there. We can roll, let's see, we're stuck there, we're not, where's our anti-air weapon? We seem to be broken up into two halves here. So we definitely want to move, okay, so we need you, say right here. And you is right here. We'll take this 85 tank completely out of the game. Just like that. Where is this mouse going to go? I'm going to send him back here to the city and have him sit. This unit is protecting these units there. We'll get you here next to the ISU 152 support. We'll send our surrender tank forward. We'll get you to cover the slot. We'll get you forward here with the support Tiger. And then this unit here, well, I suppose we'll get him up here just because. That's the wrong X. We'll put him there. Alright, so far so good, I suppose. And you, that's 20 points right there. I'll take that unit out. Let's see our... Do we want our Tiger in the close like that? I don't think that we do. One, that's a Jag, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think it moves 7, so I'm pretty sure it gets forward. I know it does, I'm sure of it. Let's go like that. We can roll you. Swing forward here for 014. And where does that leave you? Not able to do much is where it leaves you. So our non-vigilant Jag Tiger can go up here for support, which it will, as there are no partisans that I can see at least. And we'll not worry about their activities. Out of sight, out of mind, I suppose. We'll go get right here with our anti-air weapon. We can repair you or not. Let's see. We need to get some air bases forward so we can support this activity more readily. This air base comes to mind, but we have plenty of time as well. So what? This unit there, we'll get our Pioneer up here. You would think that would be a decent idea, other than they'll suppress him with all this artillery and then move him or surrender him, so we'll not do that. What we will do is prepare for our next turn by moving forward here. Let's see where you get. We'll get him here, and we'll move you back like so. These units, I think, are still. That's a nice acquisition, right? That's for sure. Let's see here. 14. What if we were to go like that? Go like that as well. Boom and bam. How did we do that again? Crippling blow. First strike. So good for me. Let's see. We have this ME that's doing stuff. It's not. I suppose it can do something, which would be to move forward and take 88mm fire from this airfield that's surely there. That's not high on the list. This thing, we don't need any air fire, so why not roll here? We're still in range. 1, 2, 3. We're not, though. We'll drop the bomb there. Move back here. Let's we may as well go here as well. Why not do it? Limit their attack vectors and whatnot. We'll go right here over this Jag Tiger. We'll get worked on. The unit it's over for that unit, unfortunately, but let's see here. Where are these units going to go? Maybe they'll be happy right there. We have some anti-air here. Let's plop that over the anti-air, see what happens. So these units, we can go there as well. Maybe here as well. We'll find out. Look at that. There's no anti-air there. That looks like it's essentially the... We really don't want to do that, though. No, we don't. We're happy there. Happy here. Good here, good. I'm going to cycle through all these units. That's the end. All of them have been actioned, so let's see what the enemy is up to. Boom. Nice. Strat bombers. Uh-oh. There's going to be a lot of AI on AI stuff. Oh, that's 2. I think we're going to go through all of our rounds and then some. 3, 4. I have 2 rounds left up there with our HE-219. One round left now. No rounds. We've done it. Well, first strike comes through. The deeper they get in, the more suppression we have, the more damage we end up taking, because their unit is better off, because the first strike is less effective. What is that? They bombarded our low tank, I think. Luckily we have, I think, like 84 parts, or maybe 100 and some odd now, so watch it. It's a lot. We spend a lot of time watching these AIs do their stuff over here. I don't think I'm going to do it. I'm just going to put the toggle on, and if something comes up here, I'll start recording again. We made it through the Soviet turn, so it's now just... that's the guards. Uh-oh. Let's turn the toggle off. We'll see what happens. So one of our bombers needs to stop and repair. We've done it. We made it through the first turn. I think that's a decent time to call it an episode. Deployment / turn 1. I hope to see you in the next episode.